This is Eyewitness News, the news leader, with Joe Torres and Sandra Bookman, Rob Powers with sports, and Heidi Jones with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Now, Eyewitness News.
A high-stakes heist broadcast live online. New information and pictures of a daring poker tournament robbery. But first, investigators say this bulldog was the victim in a terrible case of animal cruelty. Tonight, a woman from Queens is under arrest. Good evening, I'm Joe Torres.
And I'm Sandra Bookman. The arrest comes after a report to the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals and a subsequent investigation. The alleged attack on this pet was caught on tape by a concerned neighbor. Eyewitness News reporter Carolina Lead is live tonight in Jackson Heights, Queens, with more. Carolina?
Well, Sandra, the woman, a suspect, 36-year-old mother, faces 4 years behind bars if convicted. The video you're about to see tells one story. Her family tonight telling me a completely different story. But first, a warning. The video you are about to see is disturbing. After months of alleged abuse, a livid neighbor got what he felt was proof of animal abuse using a camera phone in late February. The video allegedly shows Maria Aguilar tossing 11-month-old Spike across a patio and against an iron fence. The English bulldog then cowers down, and Aguilar allegedly picks up an orange snow shovel and smacks the pup over the head. From there, she tosses him aside. You can't see what happens next, but you can hear the puppy's cries. The ASPCA says Spike is virtually blind in his right eye, has a hip fracture, broken leg, 3 broken teeth, and injuries to his ears. But Aguilar's husband and son say Spike was fine when agents took custody of him. They showed us their cell phone video of what they say was a loved and adored family member.
They took it like just the same way you see him, the same way they took it. They don't took it nothing like they say.
We don't want her to go to jail. It's just a dog.
Aguilar's husband took Spike to the vet 12 times in the last 7 months. He says he spent about $7,000 in vet bills because Spike was a sickly dog, not a victim of abuse. But investigators say Maria Aguilar confessed to animal abuse Friday after they showed the Jackson Heights woman this video.
She only corrected the dog because she was eating the plastic bag, thick plastic garbage bag.
I'm like witness. I never see any problem.
And Spike is not up for adoption yet because of his injuries. Aguilar faces 2 felony counts for animal cruelty and possession of a weapon. We're live in Jackson Heights. I'm Carolina Lee, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Carolina, thank you. A horrific and deadly scene outside a church in Brooklyn after an elderly driver loses control of his van. It happened in the parking lot of the Pyongan Presbyterian Church in Gravesend. Police say a 72-year-old man lost control while driving in reverse and plowed into a group of churchgoers. 5 people were struck, including 4-year-old Sungwon Cho, who died at the scene.
My mom almost literally fainted when she found out. She collapsed on her knees.
Police have not identified the driver, but we've learned he is a relative of the woman who was killed. Investigators do not expect to file criminal charges.
Also in Brooklyn, the search continues for a hit-and-run driver who killed a woman overnight. The 37-year-old victim was struck and killed while crossing Fort Hamilton Parkway in Dyker Heights. The driver did not stop. So far, no witnesses have come forward, and police say they have few clues in the case.
The owner of a crane company involved in a deadly collapse on the Upper East Side is expected to face manslaughter charges Monday. James Loma will reportedly surrender to the Manhattan DA's office in the morning. 2 workers died when the 200-foot crane slammed into a building on East 91st Street in 2008. The accident happened 2 months after another one of Loma's cranes collapsed and killed 7 people.
Some legal experts are suggesting that the next few days and weeks could be crucial for the embattled administration of Governor David Paterson. As the governor vowed again Sunday to finish out his term, another lawmaker called on Attorney General Andrew Cuomo to recuse himself from investigating Paterson. Eyewitness News reporter Lucy Yang is in the newsroom with more. Lucy?
Well, Sandra, Monday morning, Governor Paterson will hold a town hall meeting in Brooklyn to discuss state budget cuts. But will the meeting get overshadowed by his own political problems, as he found on Sunday while attending church?
Governor, good morning, sir.
If he was hoping to find some solace in church this morning at Cornerstone Baptist in Brooklyn, it didn't last long. The storm continues to swell around Governor David Paterson, with critics calling for him to leave office immediately. No cameras were allowed inside as he insisted to this supportive congregation that he was, quote, the victim of rumor, innuendo, and absolute lies, and will keep governing until the end of the year. Governor Paterson's stock has been in a free fall as he finds himself caught up in two separate scandals. First, did the governor and state officials improperly intervene on behalf of a top aide accused of domestic violence? And second, did Paterson lie about his intentions to pay for pricey Yankees tickets? Meanwhile, in the city, there are two schools of thought as to who should investigate the governor, some demanding State Attorney General Andrew Cuomo to recuse himself, given that Cuomo will most likely run for governor.
Let's not play the game like this. It is unfair to the governor. It's unfair to our people.
However, the mayor argues there is no conflict of interest.
The governor asked the Attorney General to do it. It's the Attorney General's job, and I think we all know Andrew Cuomo. He is scrupulously honest, and he can certainly separate out his own interests from his responsibilities.
Now, Governor Paterson has a full schedule later today. In addition to his town hall on budget cuts, he is scheduled to meet with members of the Catholic faith in Albany. This as he struggles to hold on to the rest of the term. Sandra.
Thank you, Lucy. And we invite you to stay with Eyewitness News and 7online.com as we continue to follow the latest developments in the Paterson story.
President Obama is praising Iraqis who turned out to vote in national elections today despite the threat of violence. Some voters proudly displayed their ink-stained fingers after casting ballots in Iraq's second national election since the U.S.-led invasion in 2003. Voters cast ballots despite several deadly attacks at polling stations by insurgents that killed 36 people.
A leading Republican is trying to broker a deal with President Obama to get him to change the location of the 9/11 terror trials. South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham appeared on Face the Nation Sunday. He said if the president agrees to try alleged September 11th mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and 4 other accused terrorists in military tribunals, he will pressure fellow Republicans to vote to close Guantanamo Bay prison.
Where we're at now is, can this administration reverse course on Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, which I think would be an act of leadership well received by the public.
The president has been facing increasing pressure not to hold civilian trials for the 9/11 suspects in Lower Manhattan.
Cablevision customers got a pleasant surprise tonight when ABC 7 reappeared on their sets just after the start of the Oscars. Channel 7 went dark at midnight last night following a dispute between WABC TV and Cablevision over retransmission fees. WABC TV President and General Manager Rebecca Campbell issued the following statement moments before ABC 7 returned to Cablevision. We've made significant progress and have reached an agreement in principle that recognizes the fair value of ABC 7 with deal points that we expect to finalize with Cablevision. Given this movement, we're pleased to announce that ABC 7 will return to Cablevision households while we work to complete our negotiations. Meanwhile, Cablevision released a statement saying, quote, "We are very grateful to our customers for their support and pleased to welcome back ABC."
Still to come on Eyewitness News, could you soon be paying more for your favorite soft drink?
Also ahead, a mystery involving a wealthy oil executive. He was last seen leaving a bar in New Orleans. So what happened next?
We're seeing new pictures of a daring heist at a high-stakes poker match and learning exactly how much the bandits made off with.
And we return to the red carpet to hear from the Oscar winners and losers.
And I'm meteorologist Heidi Jones. A stellar weekend, but can we hold on to it for the work week ahead? Well, part of the work week we can. The rest of it we'll have in the AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Does Charlie Daniels play a mean fiddle?
That's how you do it, son.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome to Banking with Chase. Chase what matters.
We realized a long time ago that what you make people feel is just as important as what you make. And at BMW, we don't just make cars. We make joy.
When you look closely at the Mercedes-Benz GLK, when you study its engineering, its safety systems, and when you consider who will be riding with you, perhaps the question is not so much whether you can afford to drive a vehicle that is built this way, but whether you can afford not to. The GLK, the engineering of Mercedes-Benz. See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for exceptional offers through Mercedes-Benz Financial.
Tonight, authorities suspect foul play in the mysterious disappearance of an oil executive. 54-year-old Douglas Shantz was last seen on New Orleans' Bourbon Street early Friday morning. Police are examining surveillance video that may show him leaving a bar. The president of a Texas-based company was in New Orleans to present a $25,000 gift to Tulane University, where his daughter is a student.
Tonight, police in Germany say 4 men are still at large after yesterday's brazen on-camera robbery at a poker tournament. It was being broadcast live online from Berlin when masked bandits stormed into the luxury hotel, pointed assault rifles and machetes, and demanded the prize money. Chaos erupted on the floor as players dropped their cards and scrambled for the exits. It's now estimated the robbers made off with more than $136,000, not $1 million, as first reported.
Trans fats, salt, and now soda. Mayor Bloomberg takes aim at sugary soft drinks. The mayor wants state lawmakers to pass a 12 cents a can tax on sweetened soda. He says the tax could pour nearly $1 billion a year into state coffers. The money would go to schools and health care. The mayor says the tax would promote good health by discouraging people from buying the sugar-laden drinks.
Coming up, we head back to Hollywood for a live report from Oscar's red carpet.
And Heidi Jones tells us if some of our beautiful weekend weather will stick around for the work week. Her exclusive AccuWeather forecast is next.
Time save $200 on the Easton Synergy BZN1 bat, only at Sports Authority.
Well, if they gave a weather award, Heidi, I would present it to you.
I would like to thank the Academy, I mean, my bosses for allowing me to have this moment. Beautiful weather, right? Love to bottle it. This weather should be occurring a month from now. It should be occurring on April 7th. Nonetheless, it's here, and we love it, and we've got a couple more days of it. How about that? Let's take a look at a time lapse. It's just so good. We captured it from this afternoon as the sun went down, and you won't find very many clouds, if any, in this shot as we look from Brooklyn over to the east side. Gorgeous sunset, though, nonetheless. Although it does make for cool nights. Numbers north and west tonight will drop to the mid-20s, but I don't think we've got too many complaints because of the days we've had and the days we'll have tomorrow. Take a look at the numbers of our live picture here with our Millennium camera in high definition. 49 degrees. That is nice, especially when you consider we should only be hitting 46 for the high during the daylight hours. Nonetheless, 57 was the high on the day in the park. We did crack 60 degrees. Let's take a look at that. Newark, 61 degrees. All these numbers averaging around 10 degrees milder than they should be, and we've got another day to almost 2 days to squeak out of this nice weather. 47, that's what it should be. We won't see numbers like that till the end of the week, although with those returns to normal, we have the shot at some rain. High pressure is to thank, keeping our skies clear. We have had a bit breezy conditions. The winds will still be out of the northwest tomorrow, but with all that clear skies and plenty of sunshine, we will be once again back up in the mid to upper 50s. And look at this. We are still very mild for midnight. We are 7 degrees milder than we were at this time last night. That being said, still some cold numbers north and west, especially because these areas still have that snowpack. So it does get a little colder at night. 36 in the city, still running about 3 degrees milder than it should be, and you are going to love this. Take a look at this. Almost everybody in the 50s, even Monticello, while they're still in the 40s, that's way above where they should be by about 6 degrees. So high pressure brings us another sun-filled day. We've got a backdoor cold front coming in for Tuesday, but not with much fanfare. It's really just a cloud producer, and It'll knock a few degrees off our numbers by Wednesday, but I don't think you're going to be complaining when you see the AccuWeather 5-day. 38 by 7. 58 for the daytime high tomorrow. Beautiful day, massive sunshine, clear skies tomorrow night, and on the AccuWeather 5-day board, Monday's just not enough. Let's bring it on Tuesday as well, even with cooling numbers still way above normal. There's where that front comes in on Tuesday night, and it cools us down to 51 by Wednesday, so not bad. We do have some rain, though, to be concerned about with Thursday and Friday. That'll make it rain cooled, but back to normal we go. So not a bad 5 days, yeah?
Not at all.
Good.
Thank you, Heidi.
The Oscar parties are now underway.
But our man in Hollywood is still working. Sandy Kenyon will recap the Academy Awards live next.
Closed captioning brought to you by Lexus.
Get in shape without setting foot in a gym with Shape-Ups from Skechers.
Love my Shape-Ups. Great workout without any effort. I can feel my legs and glutes tightening.
I'm Joe Montana, and I spent 16 years playing football, and Shape-Ups have improved my strength and posture.
Get in shape. Shape-Ups from Skechers.
Achievement starts small and dreams big. Achievement makes big moves and takes baby steps. It helps you keep the lights on, and it knows when to turn them off. Achievement is all around us, a part of our very lives. At PNC, we help make achievement happen. PNC, for the achiever in us all.
Mark, we have teams on both coasts that are interested, but Milos only wants to play for Dallas. Milos really wants to play for Brussels. Milos only wants to play for Shanghai. Buenos Aires. Frankfurt?
Milos really wants to play for Rome.
How's your Japanese?
We know why you fly. We're American Airlines. Fly American to Beijing, nonstop from Chicago.
One tribe, y'all. One tribe, y'all. We one tribe, y'all. We are one people. Let's catch amnesia. Let's catch amnesia. Forget about all that evil.
What do you care about? Introducing the Pepsi Refresh Project. We're giving away millions for ideas that move the world forward. Every Pepsi refreshes the world.
You're telling me I'll get $5 grand to go pick up my ex-wife and bring her to jail? I won't even break a sweat.
On March 19th.
You are a bounty hunter. Please.
Well, I caught you, didn't I?
Get ready.
I'm not letting you take me to jail.
Good luck with that.
To get some action.
You probably have to pay for that.
Jennifer Aniston, Gerard Butler.
Come on, come on.
The Bounty Hunter.
I promise I won't do it again.
Rated PG-13 in theaters March 19th. Get in shape without setting foot in a gym with Shape-Ups from Skechers.
You'll feel the difference as soon as you take the first step. I can feel the strength improve in my legs, and they're fun to wear.
I'm Joe Montana, and I spent 16 years playing football, and Shape-Ups have improved my strength and posture.
Get in shape. Shape-Ups from Skechers.
The 82nd Annual Academy Awards are officially over, but the discussions about the winners and the losers and the fashions, that's just getting underway.
And whose dresses we liked and who we didn't. With more on Hollywood's biggest night, Sandy Kenyon is live on Oscar's red carpet.
Sandra and Joe, it was billed as a David versus Goliath struggle. And Avatar, the biggest hit in Hollywood history, did win 3 Oscars in technical categories, but the night was dominated by a low-budget picture. The big winner with 6 Academy Awards was the little film that could and did win Oscar's top prize.
And the winner is The Hurt Locker.
The folks behind The Hurt Locker were feeling no pain, and her joy was especially clear when Catherine Bigelow became the first female director in Oscar history to be called the best.
There's no other way to describe it. It's the moment of a lifetime.
2 performers considered certain to win in supporting roles did not go home disappointed. Christoph Waltz added the Oscar to all his other trophies for his role as a Nazi opposite those in Inglourious Bastards.
There's no way I can ever thank you enough, but I can start right now. Thank you.
When Monique won for playing the mother of Precious, her acceptance speech was among the night's most memorable when she paid tribute to her husband.
Thank you for showing me that sometimes you have to forego doing what's popular in order to do what's right.
The best animated film was Up.
It was an incredible adventure making this movie, but the heart of it came from home.
Among men in leading roles, Jeff Bridges was so good playing Bad Blake, he finally went home a winner 4 decades after his first Oscar nomination.
Thank you, Academy members.
The race for best performance by an actress was Oscar's closest. But if you bet on the favorite, it paid off when Sandra Bullock won.
Did I really earn this, or did I just wear you all down?
A lot of thanking of parents during the show tonight, and really Oscar did spread the wealth around. There were some new stars, some old stars, some bold choices, but for the most part, if you went into your Oscar pool at work or wherever and bet the favorites, then you were a big winner. The favorites take it here at the 82nd Academy Awards, live from the Kodak Theater right outside. I'm Sandy Kenyon, Eyewitness News in Hollywood.
Thank
Sandra,
you,
Joe?
Sandy.
Thank
Thank you very much. And in case you missed any part of the Oscars, you can go to our website, 7online.com. We have a special Academy Awards section set up. You can read about the winners, the losers, and see all of the red carpet fashions. Again, it's all at 7online.com.
Rob Powers up next in sports.
Yeah, don't go online just yet. Everything in the baseball world begins 4 weeks from tonight. Until then, the hard work continues in Florida. Straight ahead on Eyewitness News, spring training, where the Mets put 2 of baseball's biggest plays together in one at bat. Plus, no rest for the weary or the Rangers back at home tonight against Buffalo with a quick turnaround next.
Get more for your money with furniture that's on sale at Raymore and Flanagan. Refresh the look of your bedroom. Liven up your living room. Create a new atmosphere in your dining room. Make that guest room work double duty. No money down, no interest, all the way till 2014.
Sales don't get any better than this.
Delivered anywhere in the Northeast in 3 days or less. Get more rooms for less. Raymore and Flanagan.
Wow, how'd this happen?
I told them if they shoveled, I let them use their new phones to talk to their friends as much as they want.
They can do that anyway. We've got the Verizon Wireless Family Share Plan with friends and family.
Yeah, well, they don't know that.
Looks cold.
It's freezing. I ain't going out there.
Hurry in and upgrade your family now to get a free phone like the Samsung Intensity or the LG Accolade. Plus, add a line for just $9.99. There's never been a better time to switch your family.
Burn myself.
Families can connect for less at Verizon.
Well, we're here at Pioneer Supermarket in the Bronx. When I heard that they wanted to implement a tax on juice drinks and the sodas, this is another way to get into our pockets. But you know what? In these type of communities, it all adds up. With my customers, when they come to shop, the majority of them bring notepads and calculators because they're working on a budget. New Yorkers cannot afford another tax. On behalf of myself and everybody in New York, that this tax is only gonna hurt.
Hey, Jim.
You have resisted the frozen path.
I have?
Yes. Now, look within. Water releases the noodle's true form. The cycle's complete. The final step to noodle enlightenment.
Who are you anyway?
Eddie, from accounting?
Find enlightenment with Nissan Chow Mein.
Noodle on.
Eddie. When you look closely at the Mercedes-Benz GLK, when you study its engineering, its safety systems, and when you consider who will be riding with you, perhaps the question is not so much whether you can afford to drive a vehicle that is built this way, but whether you can afford not to. The GLK, the engineering of Mercedes-Benz. See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for exceptional offers through Mercedes-Benz Financial.
Rob Powers would like to thank all those involved in the making of spring training.
And you know, the Mets have been looking pretty darn good. They're a breakout hit. As the weather starts to break, we break out baseball. Baseball of the spring training variety. Let's head south. Mets Nationals. Oliver Perez tried to stay focused. 3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs. Yikes. Mets down 4-0 early, but they would take care of that with a 5-run second inning. This is a strange play. Omir Santos, a bases-loaded liner down the left field line. The ball's going to get stuck underneath the padding. The Nats' Willie Tavares, well, doesn't do much of anything. All 4 runs come home, and inside the park, grand slam home run. Mets win the game 6-5. Yankees, Twins. Sergio Mitre, 3 scoreless innings, 3 strikeouts, only 2 hits allowed. Good game. Chad Gaudin, on the other hand, went 2+ innings, gave up 3 runs on 3 hits, and the Twins had a field day. Yanks lose 11-0, 1-4 now this spring. By the way, Andy Pettit, through a simulated game, said all went well. On ice, the Rangers on home sweet home ice for an up-close look at Olympic hockey MVP Ryan Miller. Buffalo Sabres skating into the Garden. There's Miller. He played so well for Team USA in Vancouver. Facing Ranger shots tonight, doing well. 35 saves. Miller tough yet again. The Rangers 2 points out of a playoff spot. This is a big game. Henrik Lundqvist, he had 30 saves. A scoreless game until the 3rd period. Buffalo's Adam Mayer gets this one in. The Sabres lead. Back come the Rangers. Brandon Dubinsky scores, ties the game late 3rd period. They go to overtime, and that's where Buffalo gets it. Patrick Coletta scores, and that's it. Rangers play well, but lose 2-1. Devils at Edmonton. The Oilers dead last in the NHL, but you could not tell tonight after a scoreless first period. Here's Gilbert Brulé with the pretty-looking goal. Oilers up 1-0. Marty Brodeur he had 33 saves tonight, but the Devils, they've been struggling on the road. Jeff Delorier pitches the shutout, and the Oilers get the win 2-0. Women's college basketball, the Division I record for consecutive wins, 70, set by Connecticut a few years ago. UConn trying to tie its own record today. During this streak, the Huskies have won every game by at least 10 points and by an average of over 30. Tina Charles, 34 points today, and UConn gets another one, 77-41. That is 70 straight wins. Kurt Busch, the NASCAR winner in Atlanta, but everybody's buzzing about Carl Edwards and the wreck he seemed to cause late in the day. Edwards was out of the race early after Brad Keselowski clipped him. Edwards goes to the garage, came back, running 156 laps behind, and takes out Keselowski. He spins, flips the 12th car. This was scary. Now, Keselowski's okay. Edwards was black flagged. He got a talking to. Lucky nobody was really hurt in this thing. And again, Kurt Busch wins the race. And finally from us, golf in Florida. Camilo Villegas wins the Honda Classic in Palm Beach Gardens by 5 strokes. But in true Tin Cup fashion, here's what folks will remember. Nathan Green at the par 3 17th, playing 3 shots near the edge of the water. Now, when he finally gets this ball out of all the muck, it comes right back. A triple bogey for the hole, a 77 on the run. Watch this. The final shot from the mud, a second ball came out. Did you see that? It must have been plugged in the mud. Nobody saw it there. Again, Villegas was the winner. And you could play your entire career and never